Well, hello everybody. Hopefully this is coming through. I just went live. Just fair warning, very fair warning. I've never live streamed before. I see there's like five of you here, a few of you here. Hello. This is gonna be one hell of a boomer moment for me. If I mess up technically, big time, then you understand that. I'm an idiot. I've never done this. I am incredibly anxious. I've been up since like 2:30 this morning. Because I woke up and my brain was going on all cylinders because I am pretty anxious to do this right and to entertain people. So hopefully this is going. Hopefully people can hear me. Hopefully you're all here enjoying this. Hey Sloop, hello Ben, how are you? I hope everybody's doing fine. Welcome to the Lazy Sunday stream with the Potato Cam. My wonderful Canon, which I normally film my videos with now, unfortunately, turns out can't be plugged in and powered that way. It has to run by battery, so I didn't want to have my camera cut out halfway through the live stream. So I'm using the old camcorder, which is the one you see here on screen, and it is complete potato cam. So I hope everybody can hear me fine. I am kind of watching the stream and I'm noticing, man, it lags quite a lot. Wow, I didn't realize just how behind things would be. So hopefully this all goes smooth. So I want to do these live streams in a more conversational, presentational style. I know a lot of people like doing gameplay. They like opening up boxes and that, but I kind of want to do, don't worry, we're going to love you regardless. Oh, thank you, Andrew. Yeah, because I want this to be, I feel like that style would fit me. I very much like watching live streams that are people more talking about subjects. They got stuff up on screen. They're giving their thoughts and that. So that's kind of the style I want to try first. And see how it goes. This is all a big test. I've never live streamed. I just want to see how this goes. So I realize I should probably pull this over on my laptop. I got my little laptop here to kind of keep me organized and read the chat. Hello, Hades Box. Hello, Hades Box. How are you? So after this complete boomer opening, that's the live stream behind the scenes. I want to do a couple little shout outs. So the first one is to a Flesh and Blood YouTuber called Patron. Unfortunately, he offered me to be on a spot on a video podcast thing he was doing earlier this morning with some other people, and they were talking about Pro Tour New Jersey, but I didn't, I'm going back and watching videos now, but I didn't really pay that much attention to New Jersey, the Pro Tour, for a few reasons. One, it was literally summer weather here, so I was outside a lot, just getting in the sun, going for long walks, getting some exercise. I saw some family too for Saturday afternoon and evening, so I was busy most of that day. But when I did see stuff about Pro Tour New Jersey, it was I was very happy to see everybody enjoying it. I was super thrilled that it was going well and everybody was having fun. But the fact that I wasn't there and I wasn't able to meet all the people I wanted to meet kind of left me feeling bummed out. So I didn't really pay that much attention to it because I didn't want to ruin my own mood. I was I know if I watch the content, I'm going to feel like crap because I'm not there, even though I'm happy for everybody. So I kind of avoided it. And so I just had to tell him hey, sorry, man, don't really have that much to say about it just yet. So I didn't get to be on with them, but I wanted to shout him out because this guy makes good content. This guy makes really nice long form content. He's got a podcast he does with his wife that's very enjoyable. I'm halfway through his most recent one. He's got some his own stories, the Bone and Sinew you can see here. It's set in the Flesh and Blood world, but it's his own characters. He's got a bit of gameplay. He does a lot of the lore, and he has a very silky smooth voice that is incredibly nice to listen to. He's a very, very smart guy, but he's kind of struggling in the Flesh and Blood sphere to get some of the views because his channel was originally about Warhammer, and then the company behind Warhammer decided all of a sudden that they weren't going to let you use their assets, so he was forced to make a hard switch. And when you have a specific audience built for one game and then you have to make a hard flip to another, well, it just, the YouTube algorithm has no idea then who to show your content to, and it messes with everything. So if you're looking for Flesh and Blood YouTubers to follow, go check out Para9, especially if you like longer form content. I highly recommend them. What's the channel name again? It is Para9. It's right here up on screen. I think you guys can see it. You should be able to. He is a very good YouTuber here. So if you're looking for more content, I would very much recommend him. Now, the next thing I want to shout out, so we're just going to close this, is a guy called Lost in Space. And specifically this video here, his Stop Losing Your Armories. It's Get Good and Keep Your Social Life. this specific video, has literally changed how I am doing the script for my next video, which, by the way, is going to be out like next weekend. I am on 9-hour shifts at work now, so I'm going to have to be taking a bit more time with my videos. And I also want to make slightly longer, but like better edited ones. I really want to get creative and trying to make kind of like my channel Fireball video. If any of you probably saw that if you're watching this. Where it's longer and there's more effort put towards it, and I want to like film in different spots and really work on the script more than I normally do. And this guy's video is kind of pushing me in that direction even more, because this video is very well edited. He's got great B-roll footage. His presentation is fantastic. Like you can only see the little clip, but he goes through the story basically of him being a scrub and then reading some articles and then his progression as he went through and improved at the game. And the only criticism I can make of the video is that his music was just a few decibels too loud, which when you're, you can see these are all the videos he's got. My audio was out completely when I had first started, so that's like a minor criticism, but the video was it was so well made. If you enjoy my edited stuff and you like what I have to do, go check out this guy's video. This one specifically, the Stop Losing Armies, the Get Good and Keep Your Social Life. Holy crap, man. If you, Mr. Lost in Space, are watching this or you see it, excellent video, beyond excellent video. The only small criticism I could say is maybe the thumbnail could use a bit of work in like title, like if you could, gear them to interest people a little bit more, because this video was really, really well made. I love his storytelling, I love his editing. It was just excellent. And I wanted to shout it out because video creation and editing and that is something I've come to very much just absolutely love. I've gone all in. I really want to get good at it because I found that I just enjoy doing it. And so I very much respect people who also put time and effort into their videos. All right. Can't see it. Okay. Okay, well, I guess a couple people are going to be following you, Para9, and hopefully Lost in Space as well. I got 19 people watching for my first live stream. That's interesting. Oh, hello, Para9. I hope you caught the part where I closed it, but I was giving you a little shout out. I apologize that I could not participate in your New Jersey talk so much. I hope you aren't mad at me. I didn't mean to disappoint, but I'm only now catching up on everything that was kind of happening. Like I could talk about the social aspect, but that's about it. I don't really care about the actual competitive event. I've never even played a proper game of Classic Constructed before, so that part I couldn't really, talk about whatsoever. But got a couple things. So what I just showed up. Oh yeah, so the stream's been going for only about 8 minutes, but ears were burning. Why were your ears burning? Did you, what did you do? Did you, stick your head in a fire or something? Just, like put your head down on the oven? Or on the stove? Or, I gave you a little shout out at the beginning here. Because I think your content is great, and I very much think that I could tell that your channel, because you had to make the hard flip from Warhammer over to Flesh and Blood, and that's messed up the whole algorithm and everything, when you build an audience. He was talking... you know what? Honestly, if somebody makes a diss track of me, that would be amazing, because then I'd do one back, and that would be, YouTube drama would be fantastic. I'm going to close this. And so this is kind of the next thing, because we're going to... Yes, I was talking about you. I hope it was good things. You can go back and watch. Oh, I have not heard that. Ears were burning. No, I would have recognized if you said something like, your face is burning my eyes, because I am hideous beyond belief. But no, I have never actually heard that phrase. My ears are burning. No, that is very interesting. So, couple things. If you guys have any questions of me you want me to answer while you're here, feel free to add them to the chat. I will be looking at it. There's only not very many of you here, so it'll be very easy to leave questions, and I will hopefully get to them. I have a couple patron questions I want to get to. I'm going to do Geeks first. And he just simply asked me which came first, the chicken or the egg, and my answer to that is the single-celled organism that started life. That's the best I can give you. I don't know, the species that was just pre-chicken and then became chicken. I don't know what you want me to say. But either way, as long as it makes for good chicken Caesar salad and some eggs on the side, I'm good. I don't care which came first. Just feed it to me. But hello, Scott. Calling you on that self-deprecation. You're a beautiful man. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I think it's the hair, growing the hair out. I used to have short hair, but everything locked down for COVID in late 2020, early 2021, and I couldn't get a haircut, and I just haven't gotten it cut since then. And you know what? It's nice that I don't have to pay for a haircut. The maintenance of it, it's a little hard to maintain. I'm going to be honest with you. I tie it in a ponytail, or I wear the hat all the time just to keep it out of my face. One's ears are burning, subconsciously aware of being talked about or criticized. Okay, certain officials in the police department will find their ears are burning before long. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, so when you think somebody's talking about you. Okay. Well, hopefully the burning was a good burning because I was saying hopefully nice things. Are you cold? Am I cold? Why would I be cold? Is it because of the hat? Because no, the hat's just because I keep the hair out of my face. Dude, have you seen my hair? Like, there's a lot of it. And it's a little wild, but I guess I could take it off for now. It's not too bad when I'm sitting here. Yes. Yeah, I've never had long hair before now, so it is interesting. I like it. I actually do like it. I think it looks okay on me, and it's kind of cool, especially when it's like blowing in the wind behind me and I get to look all, badass and impressive, or at least I like to think I do. I probably look like an idiot, but that's most of life, I'd say. Okay. Ooh, question. Okay, so will Dromai be 1, less awesome than Prism, or 2, as awesome as Prism, or 3, way more awesome than Prism? Listen, fellas. I love me Prism. I love me some Prism. She's my favorite hero. But, I mean, I got Uprising here. Okay, I was gonna be maybe talking about this, but we'll go. I'm sorry, but she makes dragons. I don't know what you want me to tell you. I love Prism, I love Angels, and I just love her design and her theme, but Dromai also is very appealing, I mean, I know I've got the joke that she's Dragon Mommy. I'm not actually a weeb. I just want to clear that one up before anybody thinks I actually do the whole waifu thing. I don't, but I love dragons, and I love the idea, because I like playing Illusionist, and I love the idea of making dragon allies. That is so appealing to me. Power-wise, we don't know. I have no idea. But I think flavor-wise, I'm going to be honest with you. I mean, people really like dragons. Dragons are really popular. So are angels. But I can see people liking Dromai more than Prism. I think it's just going to come down to your personal taste. I mean, my logo has a dragon on it. I've loved dragons since I was a kid. And I might end up liking her more than Prism. So hopefully, Phantasmal Footsteps are playable with Dromai, because I have a cold foil version, and I would like that to get to use to more than just the one deck. So if I'm going to be playing a bunch of Dromai, I'd like to use my very expensive cold foils if I could. But yeah, I don't know. I think either as awesome or more awesome than Prism. I don't know about way more awesome. Maybe Prism's if Prism is a 10, Dromai might be a 10.5 kind of thing, if she's better. But I think they're going to be kind of equal. It's Angels and Dragons are both incredibly cool. Who is your hairdresser, sir? Paul Mitchell? I don't know who Paul Mitchell is. I apologize, but my hairdresser is no one right now. I usually just go to the first choice that I was going to as a teenager because I didn't have any sense of where to go. I'd probably try to find a more classical barbers. There is a couple in the town I live in, so I would probably go to one of those. I don't remember what they're called, but Uprising, yes, I think Uprising is going to be lit as well. It is going to be unbelievable. No players use cold foils. Cold foils are for collectors only. You're right. No players use cold foils. I didn't purchase a bunch of cold foils for my decks at all. I'm only collecting them. I actually am collecting a bunch of extra cold foils, but I have my next video is actually going to be on that, so I won't go too much into it. But you're right. No players actually collect cold foils. It's just for collectors. Nobody wants shiny cardboard for their favorite decks. Nobody at all. Do you think Oldheim will stand a chance in this new Starvo-free meta? Probably. Oldheim's pretty good. Unless I'm wrong, Oldheim is quite solid. It really, I guess, depends on what the other decks are and what his matchups. Because, I mean, we're getting Fi and Dromai, and we are getting Iyslander, and so it's gonna be how well can he stand up to the assault of dragons and ninjas and all the ice stuff, but he can play some of the ice stuff too, so it's going to be interesting to see what direction he goes in. I don't really play CC. In fact, I've played like one game with a couple games with friends casually, but I've never actually played like an official match of CC in a tournament. But you know, I've played a lot of Blitz, and he's very good in Blitz, so I think he'll still be fine in there. But hello, Yeti and Barrett. I'm def not buying Rhinar foils. No way. Rhinar is extremely strong in Blitz. I think people are sleeping on this guy. Dude, Rhinar and KO. KO is also, like, if you don't get your high rolls, you can lose. But Rhinar is actually really good. Like, the ability to intimidate somebody's hand, especially if Rhinar gets to go first, and you can intimidate even two cards out of the hand. Like, that is so good because a lot of the times, like, I personally tend to go second in Blitz because I want to be on the offensive. I play a lot of aggressive decks like Briar. I have a Herald Prism deck that I played last night, and I lost against Kasai. Of all the decks to lose against, I drew a really garbage hand when I was about to win. They were at 1. I was at like 8, and then I drew just a trash aura hand, even though I was playing the Herald build, and I couldn't get it, and then he got a Blood on Her Hands turn, and I just couldn't block enough damage. I think Rhinar is positioned well because if he goes first, he can just intimidate the hand and deal him a bunch of damage. And, even going second, he can just get rid of your hand, deal 1 billion damage, and then you're just done. So it doesn't matter how defensive a hero is. You just got to push past their armor. And so I think Rhinar is actually very, very good too. Do I have a webcam setup, or is Fab only in the flesh and blood for you? I can do a webcam setup. I've got my camcorder here, which is garbage. I can't really connect my actual camera because it unfortunately doesn't actually charge by plugging in, which I found out. I've always just used the battery, but it doesn't last, I think, long enough for a live stream because if I go like an hour and a half and suddenly it dies, not really good to just suddenly have everything cut out. So, I could set up a webcam, but I prefer playing in the flesh and blood. It just, especially because my setup is something that I'd have to actually set up every single time. That's kind of the issue, but it is something I've thought about doing with like patrons and that, but finding the time. And again, I do personally really like playing in the flesh and blood. That's my favorite way to do it. Okay. We got, hey Sloop, how do you feel about the pole chases and Uprising? Will the chases be that much better? Okay, you know what? So I guess you guys are directing it. I have one more patron question I'm going to get to after, which I will talk about. Somebody mentioned the classic battles, which is something I'm going to be talking about to answer his question. But I have Fab 2.0 here as well because I haven't talked about everything in it. So I wanted stuff here. So in case there weren't enough questions or there was some stuff I wanted to talk about, I could go into it because, I didn't make videos about everything. I basically covered like the first half of Fab 2.0, and I didn't cover like the second half. So the new Marvel rarity with the dragons in Uprising, I think there's, right here. I love them. I love that cold foils are rarer. I love that it's all in one product. I love that there's more of a chase. I'm the kind of person where it's like, yes, I want the nice spicy special things, but if I don't have them, it's not the end of the world. I don't need everything. I don't have to have everything. And so I am perfectly fine with there being incredibly rare cards that I cannot obtain unless I want to fork out the money. As long as I can get the regular copies to play with and then have like really rare versions to chase, I think that's great. I really have hope for the collectors and the collecting and playability mashed into the one set. I hope they've hit the nail on the head. I hope they do it right. I mean, I imagine as time goes on, they're probably going to have to tweak the numbers here and there, but I would rather they make them a little bit too rare. And then as like the next set, maybe they find out, okay, we want the Marvels and the cold foils to just be a little more frequent. But I'd rather they slowly but surely figure out where that point is rather than going too rare or too common and just, ruining it because, people are unhappy with the way the game's gone and they really got to nail it with this set. So I have high hopes though, because these Marvels are beautiful. Okay. Oh, geez. Destroyed me 3 games in a row v Briar, but I was playing against a 50 top pro tour player. Yeah, I've never faced like a top pro player, but I would get my butt kicked if I did. Classic battle decks looking good. White border cards. Sexy or no sexy? I actually bought some last night at the local game store that I was at yesterday. And I'm going to actually say when I was seeing them online, they didn't look that bad. But seeing them in person, some of them look good. Some of them don't look good. I prefer the black border, which is why I'm glad I have a bunch of black border stuff. Like I only bought a couple packs because I don't need anything from history packs. So I'm not going to buy it if I don't need it. I don't really feel like putting my money. I'm basically just putting my money towards Uprising at this point and other cold foils and that. So But I like that they're uglier though. I like that the reprints are uglier, so people can get the cards to play. But if people really want the aesthetic aspect, they'll pay a little bit more money. But hopefully these white border versions remain relatively cheap moving into the future. Right now they're a little high because allocation is not so high, but that I think is a good thing because it was interesting. How people were complaining that. When it was announced, they were like, oh my God, we don't need this product. We have so much unlimited. But then when the product came out, everybody was like, oh my God, why is there no history pack? Like there's only a little bit of it. It's like, well, isn't that what you guys wanted? You didn't want too much, but that's neither here nor there. That's a US issue. I live in Canada. I don't have to deal with that. Okay, let's see. Trying to get Commoner to fire in my local area. Do you think a set of rainbow foil null rune equipment is a good prize for first place? Honestly, yeah, I'd say so. Like everybody needs the equipment. Rainbow foil null runes, they're worth like a few bucks, like $3 to $5 each, I think, aren't they? Like they're worth a little bit. People like them. I think that could be pretty cool. Yeah, I think a full set of null rune because everybody, if Kano is playable in Commoner, like he's good, then I definitely think people will definitely want to play full null rune prizes. Yeah, I think Commoner is one of those formats that it's not like the most popular, but it'll grow in popularity as more sets come out. We get more commons and there's more options in the format. I think people will really start to enjoy it. I think it's a great introductory format. Do you plan on attending any of the events in the next 24 months in the USA or worldwide? Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to. I guess I'm just going to announce it on stream, and some people might hate me for this, if you're crazy, but I never got the COVID-19 vaccine. It was my personal choice. I just didn't think I needed it, and I just don't want to get it. I don't care that anybody else got it. I have other vaccines. Like, I'm not some crazy anti-vax person, but this one, I wanted to sit out. Unfortunately, Justin Trudeau, the Prime Minister of Canada, has decided to play dictator, and I cannot travel in or out of the country. There's no real reason why. The vaccine doesn't stop you from transmitting. It doesn't stop me from getting it. I'm young and healthy. I'm pretty sure I had COVID too, so I have the antibodies and I'm fine. Like I'm not going to, get sick again. But he is staying firm that he does not want you traveling without, the vaccine, which doesn't make any sense, especially because not many countries are even imposing that. But unfortunately, I am not able to travel out of the country. So for now, I don't know when I will be able to, but it's unfortunate, but I am not going to be bullied and coerced into doing something I just don't want to do. So it's a little unfortunate, but it's a sacrifice I'm making. So yeah. Jason Curry can't make Vegas too soon after New Jersey. I will live stream for you, Sloopdoop. Thank you. Yes, I might watch other events a little bit more because, like I said, with the Pro Tour, seeing everybody getting together and like just all the YouTubers that I wanted to meet, like Para9 and Bronson wasn't there, but I would have loved to meet DR Mamata, Red Zone Rogue, Fluke, Tall Timmy, Saint, Rudy, the Unhinged Magi, like everybody, even like, even people that I might not necessarily have gotten along with maybe online or something, but it would have been really great to meet everybody. And so I just kind of avoided it for the weekend because I didn't want to ruin my mood. I was happy that everybody was enjoying it, but it felt kind of crap that I wasn't able to be there. But, Based, thank you. Fair play, brother. Yeah, our government honestly sucks. Justin Trudeau is, some people around the world think that Canadians like him. We don't. He actually has won the prime ministership twice with the least amount of votes in history. He actually recently just broke his own record, but he knows like specifically where to get them to get leadership. But most of us do not like him. We want him out, but we've got another couple of years with him at least. So, unfortunately we got to deal with that. But got to get James White to do a Canada calling. Yes. I very much, one of these days I will meet James White. I would love to meet the man. I think everybody would. I think everybody who plays this game would love to meet him. Okay, so while I have a break in comments or questions from you guys, I'm going to get to Elixir's question. He asked me a very good one. And so this is where we're going to talk about the classic battles deck. Because he asked me an example of something other TCGs do that Flesh and Blood, like they do better than Fab, and how can Fab learn from them? And so I think specifically the one thing Flesh and Blood is not doing as well as other games is getting new players into the game. And I think that our community is amazing for that. But the game itself, I think, struggles a little bit because so far we've got, like, the Arbor Welcome decks are great. but they're not the easiest things to get, or maybe they're better now, but for a while they weren't the easiest things to get a hold of. And the Blitz decks are good, but they don't come with like a how to play, and they are a little more complex. And I think for people who are like myself and my friends, and probably many of you who are, veterans of card games, you've probably played other card games for several years, you can kind of pick it up. You can read the rules online, you can pick up how to play, it's fine. But for people who are very casual, they just play with their friends occasionally, or for people who are relatively new to card games, these products are maybe a bit difficult to learn. And one of my criticisms of the Blitz decks, for instance, was that they don't come with a how to play. Like, even like the I Will Welcome deck comes at least with that little piece of paper, but I would have liked just a little quick start booklet. Like, when you buy like a Pokemon themed deck or well, I don't know if Magic does it. They come with like a little pamphlet, like fold out thing. But like Yu-Gi-Oh has like a little paper rule book, and I hope that this comes with it. Does it? I think it does. No, a quick start playmat, which will probably have the rules, but an illustrated mini lore booklet. But I feel like this product needs like a how to play little booklet. Gotta get teams like do Canadian, hold restrictions change. Okay, sorry, I just want to read the comments there. Keep up with you guys a little bit. Get your friend Classic Battle X for birthday. She wanted to get in the game after seeing some of the Monarch art. Yes. Yeah, so this product, I am not going to make any definitive statements until it comes out, because I don't think it's fair until I have it in my hands and I know what cards are in it and I know what it is. It is not selling for MSRP in Canada. It is selling actually for about 50 Canadian US dollars. As you can see, it would normally be 65, but it's selling for MAP instead, which seems most places, which I think is fine. I'm a little worried about this product just because it says a beautiful product for new players, casual gamers, so that's 2, collectors, and fans of Reiner and Dorinthia alike. So that's 4 different types of people. It's not for like established players, it's not for the competitive players, but it's 4 different groups that they're trying to hit. And I know like the collectors and fans kind of go together, the casuals and new players kind of go together. I just hope that this isn't one of those products that they water down and try to appeal to too many people, because for me, a product like this feels like it should be for the new player first and foremost, and I hope that it is. But in that, my hopes for this, and this is to bring new people on, is that these decks are almost like the Magic event decks, where they're not, instead of being like the intro decks where it's a pile of crap, they are a little bit better structured. They have a bit better cards. The strategy is pretty solid. It seems like they're going to be kind of self-contained, where like you can't, like you'll be able to add cards to the strategy, but it's not like you're going to be able to, these heroes are probably not going to be like super top tier. But as long as people can buy these decks, face them together, have their matches, and then take them to an armory if they want, and at least do okay. If the decks are garbage, I really question then what the value of this is, because I don't like the idea of having somebody spend like $50 on decks that are garbage just to get like the rainbow foil equipment and cold foil heroes and weapons. I would much rather just have like rainbow foil weapons and heroes and regular equipment. And, the lore book's really cool. I like that. But even taking that out and making the product cheap for new players. So I hope that the decks are solid and people can actually build off of them, and they aren't just complete garbage trash like intro decks are, because the price tag is higher. And that is a worry. But we will have to see for it to come out. But I think if they do this product right, hopefully this is a fix, because I feel like the game has struggled a little bit on offering new players a product that is very good for them, especially with Welcome to Wraith being out of print, because that was a good set to start people on. So, all right. I also would have preferred the pre-con. Let's see. I got some questions here. Hope that they do well, get more people into the game. I agree, 94, 95. I remember an MTG Revised. I used to read the rulebook as a kid many times over. Yeah, I used to love, like, I love flipping through books. Like, I love that they're doing the lore book, but I would like for them to make just a little paper rule book, like when you buy a deck, like a structure deck or something in Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Pokemon or whatever, you get that little rule book. That would be cool. I think they need to have that, because, again, I think, yes, you can go online and read the rules, but I think people like having a physical thing in front of them. Even a folding out big piece of paper, like, how these are probably going to be like paper playmats that fold out. As long as they have the rules on like the side of it or something, or on the back so people can read, although then when you're playing it's kind of hard. So hopefully if it's in the spaces to give you like the phases of a turn and how things work, as long as there's something there for people to learn how to play, that's very important, because I don't want people to have to sit there with their phone out watching a video or reading the rules online. I'd like it to all kind of be in the product. Okay. Same year, I've seen them for 40 instead of 50. Yeah, it seems like people are following MAP. I think MSRP, because I know LSS has said they want like stores to be able to make a decent profit. So I think MSRP is them trying to say, hey, you can sell it for this price in order to make even more profits to help the LGS. But the MAP is like the actual like base price of what you would normally sell it for. At least that's how I've kind of been seeing it. We'll have to, see how that pans out. So they broke Street Date here in Australia. It's a very interesting deck. It's a new Dory, old Rhinar. Really? A new Dory and the old Rhinar. Oh, that sucks. Has Alpha Rampages and a few other good cards. New Mentors. I like the new Mentors. They will be able to compete in Armory for sure. That is good. I don't like that it's an old Rhinar. Man, the new Dory is probably weaker. I kind of figured that. I saw that she, like, her one specialization, like, searched specific or only worked with, like, the Dawnblade Resplendent or something. Like, it felt like they only, like, the cards that were built around her worked specifically with her, and that's fine. I have no issue with that. But my worry when I saw it was, like, are these going to be decks that really only work on their own and facing each other, or can you actually take them to events? So at least if people can play with them, I'm fine with that. People just like having all the reference material in front of them to find exactly when they get something new. I hate looking up manuals online for furniture or something. Exactly. It's like in video games. Like, does anybody remember when you used to get like the how to play booklet in your video games? I remember, I remember when I bought Harvest Moon Friends of Mineral Town for the Game Boy Advance when I was like 11, 12 years old in the bargain bin at Walmart, and it had this booklet, like the instruction manual in it, and I remember flipping through it, looking at the art, looking at the gameplay screenshots, and seeing how they set up their farm and everything in the game, and I always tried to like kind of copy it and make it look really nice, and I remember flipping through it for hours. I used to love like the instruction manuals that came with video games and how bright and colorful. I love that they're including the mini lore booklet. I think that is fantastic. I just hope that the price and, but like Elixir's saying, they've released it in Australia a little early. Some people have leaked it. So as long as they're playable and they can compete in events, they can take them to the Armory after and maybe a couple upgrades and do okay with them. That's all I ask for. As long as they can play. You're not going to win, especially if you're a new player. I don't know where this expectation of new players going to their LGS and winning comes from. You're going to get your butt kicked. But as long as you can play and have something of a match and have like at least do a few things and experience the game, that's what I want from this. And I want them to at least be upgradable and be able to improve them and have a good time with them. So especially, again, because if people are paying $50, $50 for these, if two friends are splitting them, it's not so bad. But if you're buying it for yourself, you want to get your mileage out of it. So let's see. One sec. I'll put a photo on the Discord. I haven't got a copy yet, just for reference. The How to Play video game booklets were huge for Zelda, Super Nintendo. Exactly. It's my favorite game of the GBA. Really? Your favorite GBA game? That Harvest Moon was one of my favorites, too. Unfortunately, Harvest Moon and Story of Seasons has gone to crap, but at least we have Stardew Valley. I've played a ton of that. I don't play video games as much anymore. I'm so busy making videos and with the channel and other stuff that video games have taken a bit of a backseat. But Harvest Moon, Story of Seasons, I don't really like any of those new ones. I feel like after Friends of Mineral Town, the game's kind of peaked, and now we just have Stardew Valley. Okay, I heard there's also cold foils. Yes. So the cold foils are the two heroes and two weapons. So it's interesting. I'm going to hope that the new Rhinar is this art, so he's a different art, so it's not the same cold foil that was released. But I wish they gave us a new Rhinar. Like, I don't know why they didn't. Maybe because he's not like that. Like, I don't know. That's strange to me. But, okay, I am glad that maybe the new Dory is not as powerful, because one thing I was also worried about is these decks being too good or having too much value, and then people scooping them off the shelves, and they'll make more waves, but I don't want to see the product come out, get bought up and scalped, and people trying to flip the cards and sell the singles or something, and then, people having to wait for the next wave to even get their hands on it, because you want new players to get it. And obviously, I'm going to buy one. I know everybody else is going to get at least one, but we still want them to be available for people who are new to the game, because this is a product that is kind of for the newer players. All right. Yep, Heroes and Weapons cold foil. It's hot, starts that behavior pattern. Yes. I don't understand the mentality that some people seem to have of, I know some people are upset that cold foils are used for promos and for stuff like this. They think all cold foils should be special, but it's just the cold foils in the boxes that are supposed to be special. And I'm perfectly fine with ones being in this product and them not being like anything worth money. I don't think the cold foil process itself is what makes these things rare. It's just ones that are in sets will only ever be however many there are that are made. That's it. There will never be any more. They've been open that the promos are never good. They're free to cold foil them as much as they want. So, you know, that's, I don't know. Some people are upset that these are cold foil, but I think it's perfectly fine. I think it's a cool foiling process. I like it. I do like that the equipment is rainbow foil. And I've been told that it's in the Discord. Art is on the Discord. Okay, so you can see there's that. There's OBS open. Oh, look at me. Oh, behind the scenes, boomering it up. Let's go to Discord and general. Okay, here we go. All right, let's see. So we got Dorinthia, Quicksilver Prodigy. The first time Dawnblade Resplendent gains go again each turn, you may attack an additional time with it this turn. Okay, so yes, she has to use her Dawnblade. Once attack for 2, second time you attack with it, it gets +1. Okay, yeah, so gains go again. I don't mind that it gains go again. Like, so the first time it gains go again, you may attack. So you can attack with it multiple times easier, but it is weaker. And she already does have a lot of things that can kind of get in. Then you got Hollow. We've already seen that one. I can't even really read it from here. The specialization. Your next Dawnblade attack has go again, and it hits a hero. Put a +1 counter on it. Okay, that's pretty good. Get extra counters. Don't play Oath of Steel with it because it'll remove them, but that's okay. And you can use this in any Dory deck. So I could see regular Dory using this. If it only costs, it looks like it costs 1. It's a little grainy, but yeah, I could see that being played in regular Dory. Maybe even Hala. I can't remember what Hala does, but I can't really read that. Rhinar, yeah. So it's the regular Rhinar with the new art and Bone Basher. Looks like it swings for 4. It looks like that says 4. I don't know. That just doesn't seem that. Is that good? Like 2 for 4 when you could just you've already got like the Romping Club. Long time listener, first time caller. What's your thoughts on classic battles? Price point. Oh, hello Bronson. I just went over that. I will answer you very quickly here in a moment. This spec works on regular Dawnblade, so it's very nice. Yes. So we got Chief Rookutan, Brute Mentor. I can't really see actually if I can zoom in. Open original. Here we go. This is better. Sorry, I'm a boomer. I don't know what I'm doing. You may only have him in, if you're young, so he blocks for 3. When it's face down at the start of turn, turn him face up. So when he's in Arsenal, whenever you play a card with 6 or more attack, Intimidate, that's good. Whenever you play the card, okay. Put a lesson counter on him. If there's 2 or more, so it doesn't last very long. Search for Alpha Rampage. That's actually, okay, that's pretty good. Gets you an attack. That art looks completely brutal. That is actually really cool. I love the art in this game, how brutal it can be. And then, so you got Alpha Rampage as his specialization, which is just, it's a good card. It's just so weird that it's just normal Rhinar. Like, cool, you got a new art and it looks good, but why is it a new Dory, but not a new Rhinar? I wish it was a new Rhinar. Oh well. I'm kind of glad that it's just this, that we don't have the whole deck list, because I hope LSS doesn't get mad that I'm showing this, but I mean, it's already obviously been leaked, so it's probably been seen everywhere. It'll show up in other places too, that you can't, once it's on the internet, you can't stop it. So, going back to Bronson for a moment. Hello, my friend. Go subscribe to Bronson. He's another one I should have shouted out, because Bronson is a fantastic gentleman. Helped me out in the early days, really encouraged me. Wonderful man. So he's just asking me about the price point of the Classic Battles deck. So I already kind of talked about it, but I like that people are not really selling it for MSRP. They're more going for MAP. Here in Canada, I'm seeing them for about $50 instead of $65. I like that it comes with the lore book, so I'm okay with it being a bit more. But as a product for new players, I kind of agree with people. It's a little pricier for what it is. Hopefully the decks are solid enough that they can take them to events. So the way I look at it is, if each deck is essentially, for any of you who played Magic, there are intro decks and then there are event decks. And the event decks are usually standard decks, but they're a little bit better. They're, instead of like just a couple copies of a card, there's usually 3 to 4 copies of a card. The strategies are a little more streamlined. They have more powerful options, and there's like, it's a better deck. It's built that you can take it to an event, and at least, you're not probably going to win, but you'll at least have a chance. You'll do some things. You'll get some experience in. And that's what I hope these are. I hope they're solid enough that you can take it to a Blitz event out of the box and still do something. You're probably not going to win, but as long as you can do some things and play the game and experience it and enjoy it, that's what I would like to see with this. Mandible Claws with a Blood Rush turn is wild. Yes, honestly, Rhinar is crazy. I think KO is too. I think Brute is, especially in Blitz. Like just that turn one, get intimidated 2, 3, 4 times, and then you're just done. It's brutal, man. Drinking some coffee because I'm enjoying this, and I hope you guys are enjoying this. Let me know if this is complete crap, if I should never do live streams like this again, but I'm enjoying it. People seem to be liking it. I woke up at 2:30, anxious as all hell, so I said that earlier, but for those of you who are coming in. But yeah, so like I said, with this product, I really hope it delivers. I'm going to wait, obviously, till we have it and I can actually, hold it in my hands and look at it, because I don't want to make any definitive decisions on whether I like it or not until I actually have it. But I really hope that the price point doesn't pull people away. I hope that the decks are decent enough. And I do like the fact that there's all the foiling and you get the lore booklet. I'm very interested to see what the equipment cards are. I would love to see like one piece of majestic equipment for each of them. Like even if it's like a rainbow foil Skull Crushers and I don't know, Helm of Sharp Eye for Dory, I guess, would probably be the best. Like, do ones that aren't, like, don't do, like, the chess piece for Dory. Well, maybe. I mean, that's a good way to get it reprinted, but I think didn't it just get reprinted? Was it in Historic Pack, the Courage of Bladehold? I'm not sure, but I know that card is a bit pricier. So if it didn't get put in History Pack, this would be a good place to put it in. Because I'd like to see, I don't want to just see a bunch of common equipment. Like I wouldn't mind like just something, one piece of okay equipment so they have something to start with. Nothing crazy, like I feel like Skull Crushers, the arms from Everfest, and the Helm of Sharp Eye would be good for these two, because they're not like high demand cards. They're worth the 10, 15, but or actually I guess they're worth a few dollars for the normal copies, but the rainbow foil might be worth a little bit. So that would be it'd be nice to have more than just common equipment. Hi there. Hello, Jacob. Somebody already spoiled stuff. Yes. Hi, Sloop. Enjoy the content. Thank you. Clear Dory bias from LSS. So sad. Yes, I agree. It's so sad it's not a new Rhinar. Why? Like, don't get me wrong. Dory is one of my favorites, okay? Out of Welcome to Wraith, Dory is my favorite hero. For, like, theme and art and flavor, I love Bravo, but Dory is my favorite to play. I have an Axis build right now, but because I'm a loser. I don't like to win games. But I am bummed. I am very bummed that it's not a new Rhinar. I was looking forward to seeing something different, But at least he's getting new art, and the new art is pretty cool. You got the blood all over him, and he's, tearing people apart. So that's pretty dope. But it'll be an interesting product, that's for sure. We will see how well it does. This feels like kind of dual decks. As long as it's like Magic dual decks meets like the power of the event decks, so people can actually play them. They're actually decent. You can upgrade them. As long as they do that, I think the product will be fine. Hopefully, the playmat has enough how to play on it so people can learn how to play without needing to look it up on their phones. These are the things I'm looking for. But again, no definitive statements until I have it. I'm not going to sit here and say I know exactly how good or not good the product is, because that's just goofy. That's just some goofy stuff. Okay, so I think I've rambled on the classic battles enough here, I believe. So let's, I want to talk just a little bit, because somebody mentioned earlier about Ultimate Pit Fight, and that being one of my favorite formats. I actually wanted to, because in videos, I did one about the Historic Pack. I've also covered, obviously, the whole getting rid of First Edition and the Flesh and Blood's mission, which is obviously very important. The bringing people together, common language of playing great games is incredibly important. At a human and like spiritual and soul level. Like I went to an event last night, and it was a blast. Like just meeting people, being with people, chilling with a bunch of guys that like the game. And one guy had his daughter Brooklyn. She's like this 9-year-old girl. She's just an adorable little girl. She was playing a Benji deck. She was having fun. She was actually pretty good, especially for a 9-year-old. And it was so like heartwarming to see this little girl just enjoying the game and playing it and having fun. And she actually won a game. And like it was just great. And it's just, I love that aspect of this game, because I personally, I'm a pretty lonely person. I spend a lot of time alone, so it's great to have somewhere to go and make friends and meet new people and get new experiences and just be around, like, not just my core few friends, but a bunch of people and just interacting. And it's lovely. It's my favorite part about this game by far and away. And I'm very thankful that this game exists and we can do that. Ultimate Pit Fight rules a little. Yeah, update them. Apparently, classic battles get armory support. There were some playmats spotted with a CBR. Okay, that's good. Okay, that's very good. So yeah, the Ultimate Pit Fight rules. So, okay, so the first thing, I guess I'll go with the this first part here, the more storytelling, world building. I've said it before. I'm thrilled that they're going more in the lore. I want to dig into this lore. I think it helps that we I've been playing the game for about a year, and a lot of us, even if you're getting in now, there's so little to catch up on that you can get in the loop on what's going on in the lore-wise very quickly, and then you can just follow along with it as it releases, right? Because like in Magic, there's a lot to catch up on. But I'm looking forward to, as time goes on, more people doing like lore videos and condensing, saying like after a year, being like, here's everything that happened in like a 10-minute video. Like here's the whole storyline in 10 minutes. I'm very much looking forward to that. I love that they're going to be doing more stuff. LSS, if any of you are watching this this live stream or video after, please give us lore books. Please. I want to just purchase a paperback lore book. Just let me buy the lore book. I want to flip through it. I want it in my hands. Like it's a beautiful book. I want to own a copy. I don't need it to be special. I don't need it to be hardcover. Just please let us buy an unlimited lore book. That's paperback. I'm not the only one that wants this. I know I'm not the only one. But they even say here, like, publishing their quality books is a big undertaking, and you know, they had some troubles and they couldn't get, this has made a follow-up to the Welcome to Wraith, Volume 1 difficult to execute. Before you execute Welcome to Wraith Volume 1, or Volume 2, sorry, because that's what it sounds like you want to do. You want to execute the next one. Before you do that, give us the first one, please. Please. We need it. We need it injected into our veins. Please. LSS. Please. All right. All right, so yeah, we got classic battles here, tailor-made. Actually, what do they say here? Example of a product is specifically designed for the first play experience. Okay, see, this is where, again, going back to here, where they say it's for new players, casual gamers, collectors, and fans of Dorinthia and Rhinar alike. My only worry is that it's like they're saying they want it for new players, and I just hope that they didn't, like for the gamers and collectors and fans, I'm hoping that they didn't water down the product by trying to make it appeal to too many people. I really hope that once we actually see everything that's in it, that it's core focused on the new players, because part of the problem that you can run into when you try to appeal to too many people or too many audiences is that you water down your content and it becomes kind of crap. So hopefully that's not the case here. Hopefully it's a more focused product. You know, like, and LSS has yet to release a bad product. You know, the worst, I think, products that we have is probably the Blitz decks, like, in all honesty, because, like, most of the stuff in them, especially the Tails ones where you didn't even get the Mentor in it, so you didn't even get a cool extra thing. But they're not even, like, awful products. They're okay. You know, so, like, their worst products are, like, they're okay. You know, and I think that's pretty good. You're not going to knock it out of the park with everything. So I think your worst products being just, it's all right. You know, it's a decent thing to pick up. I think that's pretty good. Probably only one copy of the good cards included. Maybe, I can see that, like, one, yeah, I can see them only including one copy. I hope for the new cards, like the specializations, I hope they give us two. Don't make us buy two of them, LSS, please. I really hope they didn't. I hope they're like the event decks where you get the play sets of things that you need, because and you maybe don't include every card, right? You're not going to include it. You're not going to have like Glit the Quicksilver and, you know, Steelblade Supremacy, as well as like the Iron Song Determination. Like, you're not going to run all of those. Maybe one of a couple of them, but then you have to pick up upgrades. But of the new cards, please don't make people have to buy a second one of these classic battles decks to get a second copy of the new cards. Like, the Mentors are one thing, because, I mean, they're not that great anyways. You're probably not going to run two. But in terms of the, like, specializations in that, I hope that you get two of them, because people are probably going to want to run two, and, you know, especially the new ones, you don't want to have to pick up a second one of these just to get an extra copy. All right, so a map of Wraith playmat. Yes, Bronson. Yes, I actually agree. That would be amazing. I don't, like, I'm not huge into playmats. I have some of my favorites, but, like, I mean, you can buy a playmat anywhere, right? It's not that big of a deal. So there is that, but a map playmat would actually be very fantastic. Lore book is amazing. Hope they do a second printing. I agree. lore book in the next content creator supporter pack. Put some lore books in the put some lore books. I mean, that'd be dope. They I haven't decided what I'm gonna do with them yet, but I do have the 3 playmats, the Cataclysm, the what is it? The Cataclysm, Doomsday, and Eclipse playmats. I'm not exactly sure what I want to do with them. I'm not huge into the idea of doing a bunch of giveaways on the channel because like they're not really good for actually growing your channel, but I'm gonna decide what to do with them at some point. But you know, they did give us those for the last content creator kit. So lore books would be amazing. Like give a couple, like again, paperback ones. Even if they just took some of the lore book and made a new like special thing, and they're like, hey, we're gonna give it into like different like parts of it into different things or something, or some special thing. That would be really cool. Getting like 3 or 4 of those to give away would be amazing. Maybe the good cards are legendary. People only need 1 for CC. In the decks, the good cards in the decks, I don't think they're going to be giving us legendary equipment in these decks. I really don't think so, especially considering they just did the history pack and they reprinted like scab skins and like Brave Forge racers and all that. I don't think we're going to see legendaries. I hope we see majestic, 1 piece at least of majestic equipment for each of them. Even if it's Courage of Bladehold and Skullhorn. I mean, Brute doesn't really have like an amazing piece to use, but I would like to see you know, something decent in here to kind of make the price of it worth it. I would take the Eclipse one. Honestly, like I want to keep, I really want to keep the Eclipse and the Cataclysm playmat because I love the art on them, but obviously like they gave them to us to give away and I'm going to figure out something to do with it. You know, the Herald of Rebirth promos are basically gone because when we got the Herald of Protection ones, I got 60 of each and I tied them to the Patreon. I've also done like small giveaways, a couple like in-person events. I brought like 1 of each just to kind of, you know, for a couple special events because I thought it would be nice to, you know, the game is about playing in the Flesh and Blood. So I was like, I want to give a few of these away to people that I'm playing with in the Flesh and Blood, but most of them are for the patrons and that. And I still have a few, like 10 or 12 of each of those, but the Herald of Rebirth, I only got 30 of each. And I have like 3 of each left because I told the patrons like, hey, you guys are signed up for them. And then all of them basically went bye-bye once they came in. So, you know, because I am a man of my word and I tied him to that. And, you know, I'm not going to tell people, hey, I only got this many so you guys don't get any. But, you know, if you want them, there's 3 left. The patrons down in the description. Also, actually, more importantly, I have a Discord. I never call this out. It's in the description of this live stream, and it's in the description of all my videos. You can join the Discord, come shoot the shit, just chat, is all that. That's there. I never call it out. I need to do that because I'm very bad at like remembering to say, hey, subscribe, hey, you know, Discord, all that stuff. I really need to get better at that. I mean, the legendary keyword like chain and levy is specializations. I don't think. Okay, let's go back to that for a second. I don't think they're legendary because I have these ones here. Yeah, no, they're not legendary here. Only if your deck is Dorinthia. Like, this is a good specialization, by the way. This is actually quite good. Give and go again for, what, 1? And then if it hits, you get a +1 counter on it. So, like, helps you get extra counters. This is good with the original Dawn Blade. Like, I actually kind of like this one as go again. It's quite nice. It doesn't pump up, which is, you know, kind of a downside. But, you know, that is what it is. You know, and I think somebody spoiled. There was a new card coming for Warrior. It was like a promo, and it's basically Blade Runner, but for any sword, and it can be 2-handed. So it's Blade Runner, and it can be used on Dawn Blade essentially. And I'm like, okay, that's good. You know, that's like Blade Runner is a stupidly gross card. Blade Runner is amazing. That is Warrior's new best card. I don't care. It's a common, and it is like the best one that exists. Blade Runner is insanely good. Okay. Join the Discord. Yes, join the Discord. Just join. Hello. I will go in and welcome you all. I'm not in it all the time. I am one of those. I'm kind of like Mr. Alpha Investments, Rudy, where I like to live my life in the real world. I try to stay away from social media like for long periods of time. Like I don't want to live my life online because like I'm a busy person and I take a lot of time making my videos, so like I don't want to be distracted all the time, and so but I do pop in. I will chat here and there. Obviously you can chat with everybody else, you know, so it is nice talking to everybody and having a chance to announce things and that. So hopefully you don't mind that I'm not in there all the time, but you know, let's be real. I feel like Discord's one of those things where everybody's probably a part of like 18 different, you know, servers, so it's like you probably only pay attention to a couple of them at once anyways. Okay, so Rhinar gets not a new card. Yeah, the new Rhinar just doesn't exist. You can do lives on your Discord to promote it. Oh, Okay, well, I mean, I'm just gonna do it this way for now. I don't know what I'm doing here really with as here. You know what? We'll go back to this. This is about the quality of my streams right now. Okay, this is literally the camcorder I'm using, by the way. But I am. This is testing. I am seeing how I do with these. I hope you guys are enjoying it and that I can improve and do more. And I kind of like the idea of doing these streams to offset times when I'm not like today. There's no video. I don't have another video ready. I'm working on the script for the next one. It's going to be a longer project. It's going to be a bit of a longer video. I really want to take the time to make it good. So this is kind of my way to be like, hey, I can talk about stuff that's going on in the game without having to make a fully polished video. Because like I can't, like, when news happens, I can't spend 10 hours making a video because I only have a few hours a day to kind of work on each video. So it's like I can't, by the time that I can have a video done, it's no longer news. So this kind of gives me a way to kind of recap or go over things that are, you know, happening and in a way that, you know, more freehand where I can just kind of chat about it. So hopefully these are enjoyable. All right, so Discord functionalities, I think it could put in use in general chat. There's a private zone for patrons. Yeah, there's a private part of the Discord for patrons. Elixir here in the chat, he can tell you all about it. He set it up for me. He's an absolute champ. Like, just has helped me out so much because I still have like no idea how to use Discord. Okay, I know how to like go in and chat, and I also know how to go in and be like, who's selling cards, and I can message to buy them. Oh, you got a silver palm, so I'll just add that to my collection. But other than that, I don't know what I'm doing. And he set everything up for me. So he's an absolute champ. Round of applause for him. Thank you, good sir. It was very helpful. Yes. So, did you comment on this yet? It's cool that both Dawn Blades are supported by the new specialization. Yes. I love that the Glistening Steel Blade is good for the regular Dawn Blade because Dawn Blade Resplendent, not that good. It's just not that good. I'd rather play the regular Dawn Blade. It looks kind of cool, but it's just like Dawn Blade instead of like this, like pointing upwards. It's like just down. It's like, okay, well, that's great. But the regular Dawn Blade, and you know, I mean, they're cold foil. That's cool. I've got a cold foil regular Dawn Blade too, the promo. So you know, that's great. But the Glistening Steel Blade is a pretty good card. Go Again is very nice, and I like that it's only on Dawn Blades though, which is interesting. So if Dory ever gets a different weapon and it's not Dawn Blade, although she probably won't. Like, maybe in the future. Maybe the story goes where the Dawn Blade gets broken and it gets, like, re-put back together, but it's a new weapon or something. So all our old specializations, or maybe we lose the regular Dawn Blade, and so you have to play this one or something. But I think it's a pretty good specialization. I think it's pretty solid. Reinhardt's is just, like, again, it's like he's not getting new stuff. Like, even his new weapon looks like garbage. Like, 2 for 4. Like, wow. It's you know, like, that's not that great, you know? Hello, Anthony. Hey, what's good? Everything is good. Everything but the new Reinhardt, because he doesn't exist. He's old Reinhardt. Poor Brute. Honestly, Brute just gets the short end of the stick every time. Like, I want to see Brute get some really cool stuff. I mean, don't get me wrong, though. This guy looks wicked. Like, he's eating, like, flesh. Like, look at this. He's, like, ripped apart some animal. It's kind of a, you know, grainy picture, but he's, like, just mowing down on some flesh. Like, that's awesome. Okay, how do I get on the GigaChad list when you do that end of your vid? So the Ultra Mega Alpha Chads were the first 6 patrons of mine. I made 6 because I had 6 playmats from Red Riot Games I decided to give out to the first 6 people who wanted to support me. There's no difference between that and the Sloopdoop units if you're on the Patreon. That's how you get at the end of my videos. You can get to the broskies if you're in like just a couple dollar tier. I am thinking about reshaping the Patreon, basically taking like the first 25 people that are at the $10 tier, because it's just $10 and $2, and making them all like one tier as like, hey, thanks, you were the first like like 25 basically people who wanted to support me at this level, and then I'll have maybe like a cheaper tier, because maybe I'll tie like the promos to the one for the people who supported me at the start. I'm not sure. I like to take my time with this kind of thing, really think it through and process it. I take forever to get to things. You know, if anybody knows me, I've been saying I wanted to live stream since like a year ago, basically, and you know, finally doing it. So I get to things very slow, but that is how you get at the end of my video. It's for the patrons. So unfortunately, the Ultra Mega Alpha Chads are kind of off right now. But that I'm probably going to end up changing up the tiers a little bit, and there'll be some chances in the future. But that is something I need to get to. So LSS hates Reinhardt. Yes, they do. Yes. So you're saying there's a chance that the Dawn Blade becomes kind of a Dusk Blade. Honestly, man, the Dusk Blade, Good God, that weapon is so busted. Have any of you played it? Like, have any of you actually played it? Because in Ultimate Pit Fight, ooh, oh my goodness. I got it to 5 counters yesterday, and I won that game. I was playing Briar, and I, just I had 2 Channel Mount Heroics on field. So I was like, I'm gonna swing for like 9, then I'm gonna swing for like 10, and then I'm gonna swing for 7 with the Duskblade, and I won. It was absolutely insane. That weapon is so crazy, and like, it's obvious that is, I think, the biggest mistake LSS has ever done with their game. And like Tails, you can tell that they were behind on testing. You could tell because Awakening, Ball Lightning, Briar needed the errata. You got the Duskblade. I guarantee you there's going to be other stuff in the future that a new card comes out and it's going to break something from Tails. Like, I wonder if Tails is going to go down as like the most busted set. And that's kind of cool. I'm not going to lie. I think it's kind of cool. But they're trying to balance the game. Fingers crossed that Uprising, they do well. I really hope that they do well with Uprising and that they don't break the game. I'm fine with there being like a top hero and he's more powerful than the rest, or she, or whoever it is. Hopefully Dromai. Well, actually, maybe not at the start, so I can pick everything up for cheap and then she can become the top tier, and then I'm fine with it as long as I can pick the stuff up first. But yeah, I really hope that they get it right this time and that the meta doesn't break, because I think, like, that's my biggest concern, is that they're going to break it again and have to fix it, and it's not a good look for the game. But I think with Uprising, they're going to get it right. I feel like they know they have to get it right. What do I think about the Kano surprise in the top 8 of the Pro Tour? I think the people who did that were pretty damn smart. I think they saw that the meta was nobody was going to be running Null Rune, nobody was going to be prepared, and there was a bunch of people who were like, maybe we can get them. And, I know they didn't win, but I just major props to everybody who played Kano. That was fantastic. I don't know a whole lot about CC. I've never really played it. I don't follow it as much. I mostly play Blitz and Ultimate Pit Fight, but seeing people play Kano in the Pro Tour and actually do well, that was phenomenal. I love when people make good meta calls and they really try a deck that they think they can get with, and they have the balls to do it, and they don't just play what everybody else is playing. I have mad respect for that. Great turnout for your first live stream. Yes, thank you. Yeah, it seems like I've got, about 20 people viewing at any time. I hope people might watch it after. And, I'll do more. We'll see how this goes. I need to improve on, like, the thumbnail and what we're talking about. I'm kind of hoping that is, like, if a big news thing drops, then maybe I do, like, a 45-minute live stream where I talk about it, and get to shoot the shit with people. And then that maybe gets more views because I'm talking about, specifically something that's, prevalent right now. Like, people want to hear about the new thing right now. So we'll see how this goes. I'm just hoping to get better at it as time goes on. Fun fact, I saw a fully graded Cold Foil Prism CC deck, approximately $5,000 USD. Players do play with pimp decks because they look amazing. Dude, I have Cold Foil. I don't have Cold Foil Luminaris. I need to pick one up, but it's a matter of finding one. I don't have a Cold Foil Halo of Illumination, but I got a Vestige of Soul. I've got the Footsteps that I bought for like $320 Canadian. Now they're like $500, so I feel good about getting them when I did. I have, what is it? Like the Cold Foil Dreamweavers, Iron Rock Gauntlet, and I think that's it. But yeah, players like to, I have the Cold Foil Auras, except for like the new ones, the blue ones. I don't have, I didn't get the yellow ones, the Otarath and Parable of Humility and all that. I don't have the Cold Foils of those, and they're like $90 now, so I don't know if I'm going to. I love Prism, but like, it is a lot of money. It is a lot of money to put into these decks. And Prism is that hero that they keep giving promos to. And I'm just going to call this now. I'm going to say this now. Dromai is the next one. Like, you know that they're going to, like, that's what they did with Prism. They're like, hey, all of Prism's card, promos, cold foils, more promos. Everything's getting extended art. Everybody loves Prism. Dromai, I feel like, is going to get the same treatment. I can see it coming, especially if they do the same with Dromai, where, like, Prism had really good heralds and then had, like, commons and rares. I think Dromai is going to have her big legendary dragons, and then there might be some lesser ones. Like, that's my best guess, is that there'll be a few lesser dragons that you can also summon, and I can see those cards being, like, promos for Dromai. So I expect that to come. I think LSS knows that people like their waifus. There's the waifu tax, and so when they're making promos, they want them to appeal to the most people. So making them for heroes like Prism, and I'm going to call Dromai, is probably what's going to happen. Oh, let's see. Pulled a Cold Foil Duskblade, and I should give it a shot. My dude, I bought a Duskblade for like $35. They're now like $65, $70, so I'm glad I got mine when I did. It is a very good card. It's going to be good in PvE. If you play Ultimate Pit Fight, it's legal. It's very, very good in that format. Highly recommend it. But I mean, in all honesty, I don't think it's like that much more broken than Rosetta Thorn. Like, if I'm being real, like, Duskblade can get out of hand, but if a smart player can keep you at bay, they can kind of keep it from building up. But Rosetta Thorn, man, I like playing it. I don't like playing against it. That card is nuts. The fact that it's not an elemental sword is just insane. I know everybody said that, but it just is insane. Like, it should be an elemental sword. Like, it shouldn't be just a regular Runeblade weapon. Prism Best Waifu, I agree. For now, until Dromai comes out, we'll have to see. Still crossing my fingers for Azalea. I feel bad for Azalea players, man. But I'll admit, I think like Levia might be worse than Azalea. Like, I don't know. Those two are easily the two worst heroes. I feel bad for both of them. Like, I feel worse for Levia because, like, what does Levia do? Can anybody tell me what Levia does? Because it seems like it's just don't get blood debt and just swing, and it's just generic damage every time. Like, why doesn't she have on hit effects? Where is Levia's on hit effects? Like, come on, give her something. Like, at least Azalea has on hit effects. It's just the consistency that's a problem. Hello, Shafiq. That's a pretty sweet name. But yeah, I feel bad for Azalea players and Levia. I think they're going to get some upgrades, but I have a feeling we're just going to have to wait till new versions of them come out, and they'll probably be better. But we'll see. We'll see. You never know. There might come out new cards that are really good with them. I mean, Rain Razors. Have you read that card? For a ranger, like, give +2 to all your arrow attacks. Like, come on, man, that is insane. That card is insane. Like, spill blood. Okay, so Dromeyer's everyone getting hot and heavy. Ask any player in the who they want to play. Dromeyer is the top answer. I agree, because people love dragons. I am one of those people. I'm not gonna lie. I love dragons. I mean, my logo has a dragon on it for my YouTube, so. You know, I am absolutely going to be building her. I kind of want to build Phi too because I do like ninjas, but Dromai is where I'm going to go, especially if the footsteps are playable in her. Because like I said, I've got a cold foil set, so I don't need to buy anymore. So it'd be nice. I don't have to spend out the money for them. Okay, let's see. I'm traveling interstate for the Uprising premiere. I'm hoping to have a little thread for people to follow in the Discord when it's there in the spoiler section. Yes, that would be very good, actually, while you're at the premiere. Yeah, because I have to wait for the pre-release, but I will be going to a pre-release and enjoying the hell out of that. It is just so much fun getting to sit with everybody, open up the new set, just jam some games, and just, it's a blast. It's such an experience. Rosetta Thorn, low-key one of the best weapons in the game, and it's Unreal. It's just a token. Yeah, Rosetta Thorn is... I feel like Rosetta Thorn should have been 2 physical, 1 arcane. I feel like the 2 arcane was pushing it. I feel like it would be way more balanced if it was just 1 arcane. It's easier to block. You don't need the extra null rune. You've got... it's just 1 poke of damage if you're not blocking it, but just the fact that it's 2 and 2 is just... a little over the top. I feel like it's probably right now out of all the token weapons, it is probably the most powerful because it's just so good. Arguably with the most powerful weapon, period. Like, it is a very, very solid weapon. And the fact that any Rune Blade can use it and the fact that they're all using it is just indicative of how good it is. I mean, we lost the Nebula Blade. Oh no. At least we still have the Reaping Blade. Not Reaping Blade. Dread Scythe. The Dread Scythe. Anybody remember that? I don't even remember what it does. I have like 3 of them from Monarch, but it's so garbage, I don't even remember what it does. It's too bad. Azalea is fun to play. Yes, I know Azalea is. She seems very fun. I've never actually played her. My buddy did. But yeah, it kind of sucks. Like, she's a really cool hero. I love her theme, but unfortunately, she ain't the best. Levia can play a bunch of crap from Banish, like the stupid tree. That is true. That is true. I would like to see just a little bit of... I would like to see just a couple on-hit effects, though. I mean, I guess you could play Command and Conquer. Might be judging day 3, and they're giving judges a box of Uprising. Nice! As well as any player who goes undefeated on the premiere day 1 getting a box. That is awesome. Yeah, that is good that you are judging, man. It is really awesome. One of the things that I love from LSS is how they support the people who are actively participating and helping with the game. I love that cosplayers are getting like their own promo. I love that Rudy got his own promo. I love that like the creators get promos to give away or use for monetization. I love that judges get like actual compensation this way too. Like, it's great that LSS is so giving and thankful to the people who are actively helping them grow and push their game. That is phenomenal. They don't have to do that, but it is amazing to see that they do. I love that. I love to hear that judges are getting a box. I think that is fitting. If you're going and giving your time to help people enjoy this game at a Uprising release, you should get compensation like that. Okay, Pits Metrics, that has to happen. It's going to. Oh yeah, we're gonna go Pits and Metrics at some point. New Dash, new Azalea, that'd be fantastic. Witnessed Levia win against Chain in my last Armory event by literally just blocking. Yeah, blocking him. So, and swinging when Chain's deck was empty. Yeah, I mean, that is a way to beat Chain. Just block him out. Wasn't that? I think that's how Prism beat him in the past, or tried to, wasn't it? When he was at full power, you just try to block him out as much as you can and then swing when he was gone or done. So, 1 hour of live stream now. Time flies when you're having a good time. Yeah, I was thinking about an hour. I'm probably, my throat's starting to get a little sore. I'm not used to talking this much this long, but at least it's not dead air. At least I'm like, because that was my biggest worry, is I'm like, I hope I don't run out of like a thought process and just dead air for too long, because like nobody wants to stream with dead air. But hopefully I improve at this and get better at talking as I go on. We've got looking for Necromancer all day. Yes, Necromancer. There was a talisman. You know what? We're just gonna do this. Since I'm done with this page. No, that is not what I wanted. I want the card galleries. There was a trinket that I have an idea for Necromancer. I might be talking about it in my next video a bit, unless I cut that part out, because I do cut a lot out of my videos after I get to the editing stage. What amulet? No, was it amulet? No, it was not intervention, oblation, put in graveyard. Nope. Was it a talisman? Oh yeah, talisman of cremation. When you play a card from your banish, destroy it and name a card. You banish all cards with the chosen name from opposing hero's graveyard. So James White at Pro Tour New Jersey, he was doing a Q&A, and he said that a lot of these cards are going to be more playable in the future. There's going to be strategies that probably exist right now, apparently, but there's also going to be some in the future that makes these playable. I literally need one more Cold Foil Potion of Luck, and I have a playset of all of them, and some of them, like the Ironhide Featherfoot, and that I have like 8+ copies of some of these. Talisman of Cremation, I wonder if Necromancer is going to do, like, you have to use your Banish Zone to do stuff, and then banishing stuff from your opponent's graveyard lets you, like, create zombies or some sort of like things like recurring. So I wonder if like Talisman of Cremation is a card that's set up for like a Necromancer class. Like maybe they play around with the banish zone, and so the more you banish from your opponents, you get like more allies or something. So you know, I very much look forward to a Necromancer. Some of my favorite decks in Magic when I was playing that were like Marin of Clan Nel Toth and Carador Ghost Chieftain. I loved, or Nethroi, even Apex of Death. I loved Reanimator decks. They were some of my absolute favorites. So I am very excited to play Necromancer as well. I think that's going to be easily a fan favorite class because people just love bringing stuff back to life. Okay, so it would be really cool if they released a piece of equipment that would allow you to do a dual class, have Assassin or something to give an interesting mix. Yeah, I've heard about the dual class. I feel like if they did that, that would have to come in the future. I feel like right now that would make the game a little too complex for where they're at, but I don't know. Maybe they'll do it sometime in the future. I feel like in 5 to 10 years, this game is going to look way different than it does now. Like even in like the card face, they might change the borders a bit. They might change the layout of the cards a little bit because games do that, right? And so it'll be really interesting to see what they do. Because I could even see like equipment that add talents or something, or like pieces of whatever, like a hero that can play like certain things that change their talents or whatever. That'd be really cool to see as well. So I expect to see Matrix Pun in the Metrics cards. Yes, Paranine, I agree. They probably will absolutely do that. Okay, I'm pretty sure that Dread Scythe prevents your opponents from healing on their next turn. Yeah, so that's all it does. Maybe that'll be playable in the future, but I think Reaping Blade already does that, doesn't it? Doesn't like stop everybody from gaining life, or if they're at their most, they can't. I can't remember, but yeah, Dread Scythe is just dreadful right now. God, that card is at the moment, it does not seem very good. Maybe it's playable in the future. I hope so, because I own like 3 copies. So if it suddenly becomes like a $10, $15 Majestic in the future, well, I open up a bunch of Monarch. I can sell a couple. Okay, I am a casual player, and I would like to see Alchemist, but don't know why. I'm guessing Alchemist is not going to be the top tier. Probably not, to be honest with you. If there's an Alchemist, it's going to be for PvE, I feel, and for casual play. Like, look at Genis with all the potions in that, and the Merchant. If we get Alchemist, I think it's going to kind of be the same thing. It's going to be more of PvE class, because, yeah, I just, and I'm going to be honest with you, gents, you're going to find out also in my next video, but I am buying, like, Silver Palms. I own 4 copies right now. I have a 5th one coming in the mail right now, because I think that card is going to be very playable when PvE drops. And I think same with like a lot of these potions and talismans. And I think certain classes like Alchemist will be more geared towards that type of play rather than competitive. But you never know. Alchemist could be good and very good in competitive play, but I think it's going to be more support. So we'll have to wait and see. I want more mech toys. I agree. Mech is fun. One attack HP zombie allies are coming for Necromancer. Yeah, that's what I mean. If you banish cards, you get like one for each banished card. Then Talisman of Cremation could be good. Oh, you're a ninja player playing a bunch of combo cards. Oh, what's that? You got like 3 copies of this combo card of different pitch. Oh, goodbye. They're all gone. And look, I get 3 tokens. So I could see that doing like something that'd be cool. Let's see. Slice and Dice. Yes, Slice and Dice for daggers. Man, that card is fantastic. I love Slice and Dice. Slice and Dice and Blade Runner are so good. It's funny that our only daggers right now are the Kodachis, but I would love to see. Well, hey, there we go. If we get to add classes together, do Ninja and Warrior, and play the Kodachis with Slice and Dice. But no, I really think that daggers being a new weapon coming is going to be pretty sweet. It'll be very interesting to see where this game goes. There's so many cards that are setting up for future things. Like just every time I look through Everfest, man, I see so many things that just feel like they're setting up. Like Fractal Replication it's not very good right now, but you can tell it's setting up for something in the future. Like Crown of Reflection, right? Your best options right now are like dropping in a Shimmers of Silver and attacking with an aura to get the +1, or dropping in a Pierce Reality after the blocks of like your first attack, and it actually gets the +2, so you can get an extra damage, or maybe you get up and over something that's blocking. So this card is playable. This is another one that I'm picking up cold foils for. But if we get auras that have like enter the arena or destruction effects, this thing becomes even better, and it will become playable. Same with like where was it? Rangers, yeah, like same with things like Tri-Shot and Rain Razors. It's like they're not like super played right now, they're not amazing, but we get a strategy that if Ranger can all of a sudden send 3-4 attacks consistently, like this stuff becomes busted. And these cards are really cheap. Like I've thought about doing videos talking about some of this stuff and being like, hey, maybe pick them up now, but genuinely speaking, like some of these things are clearly setting up for future strategies, and I think it's going to be interesting to see how these sets progress, because I think that's one of the issues we're seeing. Everybody's so focused on what the game is now that nobody's really looking. Like Oath of Steel, this doesn't really work with any, like maybe Kasai a little bit on the blood on her hands turns, so you get the +1/+1 and then you get another +1 for each, but I mean that's, you're kind of basically, the card's only really good with blood on her hands, so I don't personally run Oath of Steel, but I can see like a new warrior coming out that says put multiple counters on a weapon, and boom, Oath of Steel is suddenly a nuts card, right? Or like Shatter, like it's not great right now, but there's just so much that feels like they're setting up for the future, and I think that's a great way to look at the game. Okay. So I just gave you an idea. Theorizing new heroes are going to have more cards that have additional effects if they're in the graveyard, so the talisman might be a tech into them. Yeah, I think there's, like I said, yeah, I think a lot of the talismans, I was already buying them before James White said that they're going to be playable in the future, because nobody wanted them and they were dirt cheap, so I was like, cool, give me all of them. So I have a bunch of them. Like I said, the only one I'm missing the 3rd copy of is the Potion of Luck, so hopefully I can get one of those soon. Okay, I just want mech defense reaction in the future. That'd be nice. Sloop, are you an Uprising 4th hero truther? I am. I think we see a 4th at M, or maybe Shauna style young hero at L. I don't know if they'll do another legendary hero. I kind of hope that they don't. But because I don't think legendary heroes are a good thing. I feel like that was a cool thing for the first one, for a more casual hero that's not really good, but I don't want to see them do too many, because I think tying a hero to legendary status is kind of crappy, because if they make it good or people really want to play it because it's cool and then it's legendary, and I just don't like that idea. I think Majestic is where they should cut it off. But I don't know if there's going to be a 4th one. We might see Shiana, but she might be in the story. I don't know, man. I know the Blitz decks are just the 2 heroes facing off against each other, but yeah, it's interesting. We'll have to see. I'm kind of on the fence. I could see a 4th hero being a special little thing that's in the set that nobody knows, and then all of a sudden there's this cool thing, but yeah, I'm not sure. I'm kind of on the fence with that one. I'm going to have to put my marker straight in the middle and say I just don't know. I don't know if I believe there's a 4th. I don't know if there's just going to be 3. I wouldn't be surprised if there's just 3, but it'd be cool to see something pop up. Check the Fab discussion on your server. Okay, yeah, so that just the one I was talking about. Let's see. Fab discussion here. Here we go. Oh, whoa, what is this? Oh, oh my goodness. Are we getting elves in this game? I know he doesn't have sharp ears, but that is definitely elvish inspired. Wow. I know we saw that, but destroy it, gain Goa, gain any resource. That is solid. That is Heart and Cross Straps, but fixed. I love that art. That is amazing. And that looks like it's going to be, I don't know, maybe it's just like the packaging for the promo, but that looks like it's going to be part of a deck or something. That is great. And then, yeah, the run through. I was talking about this earlier. It's Blade Runner with cooler art, because I don't know why I love Blade Runner as a card, and the art's cool, but why Why is a warrior? Why does the warrior card? Okay, you know what? Do I have? I can just show it. Where's the warrior? Right here. Why? Why does this look like a mechanologist card? This looks like this is a mech card. This is not a warrior. This is not warrior art. This is mech art. Why does the warrior have mech art? It's a cool art, but it doesn't it just doesn't feel like a warrior card. But this one, this feels like a warrior card, and this is great. Target sword gets go again, and the next one gets +2. Like it's Blade Runner for any sword, and it's specifically for swords, but it works for Dawnblade. This is great. This is fantastic. But maybe better for Dawnblade Resplendent, because regular Dawnblade needs to hit to be able to attack that second time, unless you're playing it with the new Dory. Which I guess like you'd play the new Dory, but then you wouldn't get the counters. So I guess that's the balance there. But I like Run Through a lot, because Blade Runner is a nuts card. Absolutely disgusting. Kasai Chads, where you at? Yeah, Blade Runner focused on one-handed. Yeah, Dawnblade is back, man. Yeah, I am so excited for this. This is going to be great. But yes, okay, let's see. Do we get the full deck list? We do not yet. It's been leaked, so we don't know. Just imagine it. Check the Warriors channel. Yep. Is the club one-handed or two-handed? I think it was here. No, general. Yes. It is a open original. It is a two-handed weapon for attack. Yeah, I don't understand this club. Like, it feels like Reiner is getting done dirty here. I'm not gonna lie. I don't. Maybe it's better than I think, because like attacking for 4 is always good. It's that you got that break point, especially in the late game. It forces blocking with 2 if they don't have armor left. So it does, when you get to that grind in the very end of the game, that it does have a very good ability to swing it over. But I feel like Romping Club is better still. I just don't, or even the Mandible Claws. I just don't. Wish it was a little better. Mechanologist Warrior coming. That'd be interesting. Thanks to the stream, couldn't watch much, but looking forward to more in the future. Hey man, if you can only watch a bit, that's fine. I'm going to be uploading these. You can watch them. I'm going to be ending this soon. It's been an hour and 20 minutes, probably about 10 more minutes. We're going to close up here because my throat's starting to get a little sore. I'm not used to talking this much, this long, this consistently. So, but this has actually been really fun. I hope you guys enjoyed, because I would love to do more. This is actually quite nice. Let's see. So do I think black bordered history cards and languages will become collectible? For the languages people want, yeah. For the languages people want, yes. I think like if we get Russian one day, I don't know if that'll ever happen, because people don't really like Russia right now. But I know for Magic, people really like the Russian versions of cards, so I think that's appealing. People like if they do Japanese versions, I think people would really like that. Yeah, I think if people are a fan of the language, they would love to get different versions. Yeah, that sounds good. Close to 3:30 a.m. here. Yes, I'm sorry, man. I will be trying different times. I might do some in the evenings after I'm done work, do it for an hour and a half. Yeah, I'm going to be testing different times, different, area, all that stuff. This is all testing. I want to figure out how to do good streams. I kind of want to do more. There's also a way that if I'm doing these live streams, maybe occasionally I can get somebody on and talk either to patrons and, maybe have patrons come in and chat with me a little bit, or other content creators. That's a way to bring them on the channel to have conversations with them, because I don't want to do a podcast, because that kind of messes with the channels, especially, live streams don't seem to, but podcasts seem to kind of mess with channels, or it kind of makes your other videos perform worse. And I care about my channel, and I don't want to mess with everything, because I really want to succeed with this YouTube channel. I want to be able to eventually do this full time one day, because I love doing it. Which is why I appreciate all the support. Everyone join the Discord. Yes. Join my Discord. You chat in there. It's there. It's in the description. It's always there. And remember, if you're not subscribed, remember to subscribe. I need to ask for that more. I need to remind people. Russian is collectible in Magic because it has the lowest print run. Okay, that makes sense. Thank you for being a great content creator and straightforward with the community. It was fun, and take it easy. Hey, thank you, and you're welcome. I am here to serve. I'm here to my main job is I just want to entertain people. I don't want you watching something and going, wow, that was boring. So, link in the description. Okay, I think that's everything. If anybody's asked, how do you come up with your YouTube name? Years ago, 3DS, Pokemon Gold getting released on the 3DS, and I downloaded it, and I played, and I named my Pokemon stupid names, and I named my Cyndaquil Sloopdoop. It was just a stupid name that I came up with. A little while later, Monster Hunter World comes out. I buy a PS4 just to play Monster Hunter World, because Monster Hunter is another one of my favorite game series. And I chose the cute blonde girl for the demo. That was because they just had pre-made characters. And I was like, God, she is adorable, so I'm going to play as her. I never used to play as the girl. I was always played as a guy. But for the demo, I was like, whatever. And I named her Sloop, and then Sloopdoop, after that silly name. And then when I played Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate, when it finally got released over here after World was successful, I made a female character named her Sloopdoop. And then the name just kind of stuck. And when I was making the channel, I was like, I want it to have like a nickname. I want it to be kind of how people can refer to me as. They know me as it. I like that appeal to the channel. So I just chose Sloopdoop. And that's kind of where it came from. It was just a name I made up, and then it ended up being my nickname. So that's just kind of how I came up with it. And so far it seems to work because everybody just knows me as Sloop, and that's been a benefit, I think, because I think when you have a long convoluted name, it's, you know, it's kind of hard for people to know you by that. So, but yes, so that was that, Terry Ty. Hello. So I think we're going to end it here. I think I've talked quite a lot. I think an hour and a half is a good time for the stream. Thank you to everybody who made it, and thank you to everybody who watches after. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you to all my patrons. Obviously, your names aren't scrolling at the end here because this is a live stream, not a video, but I appreciate all of you and everybody watching. I hope you enjoyed. Yeah, that is going to be everything. There's no more questions, so we're just gonna go over, and we're gonna I'm gonna show you. You can see it behind. We're gonna end it from here, not even on my laptop. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend. I have a holiday tomorrow, so I'm going to be working hard making the next video, filming it. But have a blessed weekend, the rest of your weekend. Good night, everybody. Even though it's daytime here.